set it up and turn it around. We might have come from somewhere else, but this is where we found ourselves. Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Welcome to another edition of the Local Show, our first of 2019, guys. Thanks for joining us here in the new year, where we love to feature inspirational locals each week. Just had a nice little holiday break. I hope you enjoyed your Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's celebrations. Incredible snow keeps happening. What an amazing winter it's been. We're going to keep the momentum going strong in the new year. We're going to start leading with love in the new year with my guest of the week, Nicole Lindstrom. Welcome to the show, Nicole.
Thank you.
I got to give you the long arm.
Yes.
And welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for the invite.
And we're lucky to have you because you just basically got here just from a hut trip.
Yes.
And we're lucky you landed back in Aspen.
Yeah.
And it sounded like you had an amazing time.
Yes, it was an amazing trip. We had 2 nights at the Lindley Hut, which was incredible. That was my first 2-night hut trip, and it's so worth it if you can do it, because the one night in, hike out the next day is always a little tough.
That's what I've always done too.
Yes.
Like most of us.
It's
just
quick.
Like one night, super quick, and you're just yearning for more.
Yes.
Like, can this just go on for a while longer? It's so fun.
Yeah, so much fun.
So you had a good group of friends, it sounds like.
Yep, we had 14 of us.
Wow.
We actually, I don't know if you know local Nick DeVore,
sure.
but he
yeah.
is incredible. So we had him and his sister
Definitely.
Katrina, which was incredible because their knowledge about the backcountry is such a treat to be able to be with them and learn what they have to say about the terrain.
Nice. In fact, I think we may have had Nick on the show a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
It's been so long, I think. And then Davenport, of course.
Yes.
He was, hanging a lot with Chris Davenport, and the knowledge it's like you said, just keeps passing down. And
yeah.
One of the great things about this community is being able to share our experience, our knowledge, and tap these sources, right?
Yes, absolutely. And it was my first time with the beacon, and so we actually the Avi danger was enough where we didn't want to go explore because it was a little sketchy out. So we just played with the beacons, and we buried it in the snow, and we'd have to try to find it, and we did pretty good. It was a good first introduction into how to use the backcountry gear.
Okay, and were you able to locate all the bottles of wine and all that? Okay, and those had receiving and sending signals.
Oh yeah, well no, so
they're always sending.
Yeah, they're always sending.
Sending a message.
Yes, so the boys that we were with ended up strapping a bottle of bourbon to the beacon, and then they'd go bury it, and so
really?
It became a very fun drinking game.
That's very creative.
Very creative. Yeah.
No reason why education can't be fun.
Exactly.
And that's always a part of a hut trip too.
Yes.
You do all this athletic all day adventure, and then you get to have a couple little adult bevies or more.
Yeah, and some fondue,
whatever
and there
happens.
you have it.
Yeah. I did a hut trip. I want to share this real quick, and we have to take a break. But Charlotte Fox, the famous mountaineer, she actually passed away this last year.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, she had just gotten back from the Himalaya. She was in the 1996 Everest expedition and actually had the record for most 8,000-meter peaks for an American woman.
Wow.
But she was just an amazing soul and a very adventurous soul, obviously, a very free spirit. And she had a hut trip up at Margie's hut, which I highly recommend.
Ooh, okay.
Margie's is one of the, I'd say, classics.
Awesome.
And it's cool because you can do it from Aspen, too. Whether it's summer or winter, you just go up and over Smuggler, Hunter Creek, Four Corners, down Lanedo and up. And that might take several hours. But anyway, at one point in time during the night, in the middle of the festivities, might we say, she goes, okay, she pulls out this bag and pulls out these sarongs, like these tapestry things. And of course, all the guys are like, what are those? And we were like, yeah, give me those things. The only thing we can wear the rest of the night, all 16 of us, is sarongs.
Oh my gosh.
Which for the guys was so wrong. Because we're tying them on like bath towels. The women go like, and all of a sudden they got an instant toga. It's kind of like, how did you do that? And why does it never fall off? And the dudes, we just couldn't, so...
Yeah.
Sarong turned it, I guess, so right for a lot of them.
Yeah, yep, and a memorable
for some of us,
night.
we couldn't figure out how to tie it on, so it was just a hilarious
night.
night.
Oh my gosh.
And it's very memorable.
Yeah, we'll win at a hut trip. That's amazing.
So fun. We're going to take a quick break. I see we're already 5 minutes in.
All right.
We have so much to get to, including the lead with love.
awesome.
leadership summits, which I was so blessed to attend this last fall. So we're going to talk a lot about that. But first, I do want to thank our winter underwriters for making the show happen. We have Aspen Animal Hospital, Aspen Square, Aspen Public House, Klug Properties, The Aspen Times, Sundog Athletics, and Picken County Landfill. We'll take a quick break. We'll go to their messages, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. We've got Nicole Lindstrom. She is a program director. She's a yogi, and she's going to tell us a lot about how we can bring more love and hope into our life and less fear, so don't go away.
Aspen Animal Hospital's partnership with Wellhaven offers our community a very friendly and professional staff featuring 5 veterinarians, a new care companion plan, wellness plans to cover your preventative care needs for the entire year, and now introducing new feline-friendly Thursdays. They also offer exotic pet care and acupuncture. For more information, call 970-925-2611 or visit aspenanimalhospital.com.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
Aspen Times, telling the stories that matter since 1881, is committed to local prep sports, arts, and entertainment coverage. They also offer the Drop-In, weekly recreational videos highlighting why we love to live in this community. The Aspen Times at local newsstands, aspentimes.com, Facebook, and Instagram.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Hey, did you miss the turn for recycling?
I can't read the map on your cracked screen.
Celebrating another great winter season, Aspen Square Hotel is the hospitality place, featuring fireplace studio suites and larger condominiums with full hotel-style services in the center of downtown Aspen. Aspen Square is proud to support the Locals Show.
Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
We're back here on the Local Show. Thanks for sticking with us for a show just for you locals, going into our 16th year here on Grassroots Community Network. Nicole, it's amazing. This whole thing with Grassroots TV is the original public access station in America in 1972,
Wow.
which a lot of locals don't even realize. And there's an incredible history. And just this past, in 2017, we were able to upgrade through support from the community to high definition. And now we can welcome Facebook Live viewers, YouTube viewers, and it's just really neat to be a part of this. And thanks for being a part of our first show
I am so,
in the
so
new year.
happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
I was so inspired after attending
Yes.
Lead with Love, which was a pretty unique, might we say, leadership summit this fall.
Yes.
And was that in October
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
held?
it was the end of October.
Which
it was
is like
actually
prime
Gina's
off
birthday.
season.
Yeah, yeah.
Whose birthday?
Gina, our founder.
Oh, that's
Yes,
right. That
so
timed
it's
in.
Kind of how it started was as a birthday party. And then year 2, which was last year, was the first more conference style. And then this year we kind of had it pretty dialed.
Yeah, no kidding. I was
Yeah.
going to ask you how that evolved. So it was really just like a celebration of Gina Murdoch's birthday.
Yes.
Who's really the founder,
Yes,
right?
correct.
Of Lead with Love. Then it was kind of, you had Deepak Chopra last year. And
Marianne
then you're starting to
Williamson.
build some momentum, right?
Yes.
And then you're starting to kind of see a vision.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we actually last year we were called Aspen City of Wellbeing, and Lead with Love was just our event
Okay.
that we put together. And then after last year, it was such a great success, and all the feedback we had was you need to be Lead with Love. That's a vision that can really impact a much larger group of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And could you tell people it was like 4 days long?
Yes.
And you could go see a number of presenters and you could attend workshops. So it's experiential as well.
Yes.
Can you tell people a little more? Because it was
Yeah.
just incredibly comprehensive.
It was incredible. And so it's kind of that festival essence of lots of different things happening at the exact same time. It was at the Aspen Institute, which is incredible, so beautiful, and we were so lucky to have it there. And so our programming could start, I think last year it started at 6:30 in the morning with tea ceremony. This year it started at 7 with tea ceremony. And so it was anything from tea ceremony to meditation to yoga to different lectures. This year we had a very big focus on business and heart-centered leadership. One of our keynotes was John Mackey from Whole Foods, and we have Raj from Conscious Capitalism, Lynn Twist, who wrote this incredible. She was incredible.
She was amazing. Every speaker, it seemed like, was incredible.
Incredible, yeah.
And it was like, for me, it was like, what can I do? Because sometimes two things were happening at the same time.
Yes.
But that's the beauty, is there's so much going on. There's like a menu to choose from. And so I see this going on. And I was fortunate to attend one of your presentations about meditation, which was so amazing and so needed. And these are things we can really plug in, like tools we can use, right? And especially in today's world.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, let's expound upon that, because, I mean, how do we move from this kind of this crazy world we're in right now, crazy society, crazy politics, just a lot of craziness going on, stress, anxiety, fear. How can we start to kind of move more into kind of a hopeful mode and kind of a more loving mode of operation?
Right. No, absolutely. So our mission is to shift culture from fear to love. And I think when a lot of people hear that, those two words can sound fluffy and it can turn people away, because fear can be a trigger word, love can be a trigger word. Yeah. But when you really start to look at the essence of both, you can kind of identify any thought process you have or any action you take can either be a fear-based thought or action or a love-based thought or action. And a lot of times fear can look like insecurity or a sense of lack or not having enough of what you need when you need it. And so when you start to make your decisions based on these thought processes, your actions are not suited for your highest self or the best good of yourself or the people that you're around or your community. And so when you shift to a place of love, thoughts of abundance, thoughts of being enough, having enough, being able to provide, others with what they need, then your actions change pretty significantly. And so what we found is just to be able to educate people on the basics and give them the tools that they need to understand fear and move into a state of love, and then everything really shifts. And I feel like the summit was such a great example of that, because we had so many heart-centered leaders and people there holding the space that I think people, when they came in, they felt it and they elevated, and everybody was so gracious, so helpful, so open arms with each other, and it was just like this contagious sense of love amongst all of the speakers, the participants.
No doubt, and it's not something. I mean, I guess yes and no. I want to say yes. It's as easy as deciding, but also it's great to have tools to help shift.
Yes,
that's depending on how you are as a person, who you are. It could be a major shift.
Yes.
To like hope and love, or it could just be maybe I just tweak things a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's what some of these speakers and workshops were pointed towards.
Yes.
Again, the tools to practically make that shift happen. And the other thing is we are products of our thoughts and feelings.
Yes.
Which pretty much every avatar in history has referred to, from Jesus to Einstein to you name them, we become what we think about. So in terms of like how do we become successful, how do we become happy, we have to put ourselves in a feeling.
Yes.
And then the words and what we say kind of follow, and the actions follow, and then we attract these things, right?
Yes.
So if we're like fearful, oh my gosh, well, you kind of attract more of the same, right? With karma.
Yeah, one of the things I always think about is energy attracts like energy.
Yes.
So if you're feeling really negative, you're going to attract negative experiences. But if you're feeling really positive, you're going to attract really positive experiences. And it's great because you can try this out at any time. You can find out for yourself whether that's true or not. But when you're being really sour, the energy you're putting out is only attracting that back. And it takes a minute to shift your perspective to see something lighter.
Yeah, and the key is to catch it, because we all naturally I get angry, I get fearful, I get frustrated, and it's a lot about people. And it kind of identify something I got to do while I'm skinning up mountains for 3 or 4 hours. Like, where's this coming from? And it's usually frustration with people.
Yes.
And I set up expectations for people. And then when they don't fulfill those, I start to get like angry and frustrated and all this kind of stuff. But to kind of, and feel that's normal. But I think to catch it, to shift into a more positive way.
Yeah.
Law of attraction.
Yes.
Also states what you just did. Negative attracts more negative. Positive attracts more positive. We're like big magnets, right? Or radio frequencies. We want to put out good energy frequency.
Yeah.
That's going to draw back energy frequency from a quantum physics standpoint now. It's scientifically proven.
Yes.
So it's not just fluffy and, let's just think good thoughts and good things will happen, la-di-da,
Yeah.
down the road. So there's a lot to that.
Yeah.
And you guys get into some of that nitty-gritty.
Yeah. Yeah, one of our favorite quotes that we refer to a lot of as an organization is Deepak Chopra. He said, "Because I have a choice, I choose love." And I think the first step is awareness and to understand you do have a choice and you get to choose your path, your experience. And so if you choose fear, that will be your experience. If you choose love, that will be your experience, but you do have a choice.
Right.
And it's choosing love even when it's hard. It's choosing love even when you don't know how to, but always kind of shifting into that place of understanding, acknowledging, and making a choice.
And Luna's going to choose to give you some unconditional love here in a minute. Hey, Luna, come on over.
Hello.
Well, you know what? That's really that really reminds me of some of the things that Klaus Obermeyer, who we kicked off our season with.
Yeah.
We have the wonderful choice of perception. We can choose
Yes.
how we perceive situations. And again, it is normal to feel all these feelings. But to perceive, how do we perceive it?
Yeah.
Like one person's powder day, like, oh, sweet, it snowed 8 inches. Yeah, powder day, yeah. So, I got to go shovel the sidewalk and brush off the car. And, oh, what a nightmare. And the roads are going to be bad. And it's the same exact situation.
Yes.
But how we perceive that, how we feel, and then
Yeah.
how we conduct ourselves is crucial.
It's crucial, and I think between both, they're both contagious. So if you run into
Yeah.
somebody who's very fear-based and fear-driven, their fear or their anxiety is going to rub off on you, and you might find yourself like, oh my gosh, like they don't have enough apples. I probably don't have enough apples. I need to get the apples because there's not enough, or whatever it is. But if you run into somebody has an apple and is like, here, have my apple, and you're like, oh, thank you, that was so nice of you, and I'm not actually hungry, like this person looks really hungry, I will give them this apple. And it's this place of abundance, of giving, and it's just completely based on your own perspective of the situation.
Right. And then it builds momentum.
And it builds momentum.
So we could push that, whatever energy we want to push out into the world through just like interpersonal contact, even a phone call, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think interpersonal is the best. Had a great conversation with a younger guy today. We were actually talking about my phone service, and all of a sudden it developed into this really deep conversation. He's a millennial, younger guy. What brings happiness, these kinds of things. And, it was more like try to be positive, set your goals, and put out what you want to the world, like what you want back.
Yeah.
So that leads perfectly into, if you want love, you have to put out love.
You
right?
have to put out love. Yeah. And I think one exercise I do when I know I'm in a bad mood or I'm not feeling very well, I'll intentionally do something that is of giving to somebody else, whether it's giving a compliment, giving a handshake, giving a hug, whatever it is, because it immediately starts to affect your own mood. And the minute you're being really nice to somebody or you give somebody a compliment, usually they'll give you one back. Or if you give somebody a hug, they'll hug you back, and it just completely shifts everything. But it's, again, that awareness and choosing to do something about it instead of just letting that negativity continue to impact you.
Right. Well, to give people, especially our viewers, more tools, how can they find out? And I assume Lead with Love is going to continue.
Yes, absolutely.
How can they get more information?
So they can go to our website, which is www.ileadwithlove.org. Okay. And we're actually doing a pretty big shift this year. We have a lot coming down the pipeline. We're not going to be at the Aspen Institute again in the same form as a leadership summit. We've decided to continue the work in smaller variations. So our next offering will be Lead with Love in Beaune, actually, in Burgundy, France.
Wow.
So that will be, whereas the summit was around 500, that will be around 50 people. Much, much smaller, but same concepts, and still workshopping these ideas of love and fear and exploring, experimenting.
Cool.
And then we're going to do a retreat actually in India in October.
Wow.
Yep, with Deepika. I don't know if you know her, but she's another local woman who's incredible, and she's been leading retreats there for a long time.
Oh, cool. How cool is
Yeah.
that? Will there be more Aspen opportunities
Yes, so
as
we're
well?
going to have the Aspen Retreat as well. And that one will be in September. We have Byron Katie coming to Aspen Chapel. So we're going to
Okay.
kind of frame this retreat around her presence in Aspen. And we'll be in between the chalet, the mountain chalet, the St. Regis, and then locals. So we'll be able to do like hiking, biking, yoga, and different experiences together.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to be involved. I'd like to be involved in that in like every way.
Yes. Yes.
I love sharing mountain adventures.
Yeah.
Like fat biking and snowshoeing in the wintertime. And I mean, that's the thing, there's so much to do
Yes.
and to tap into. But you bring in these great presenters who are just incredible, like top of their field. And, we get to learn so much. I walked away with this. And the thing I think like the main impression was the energy. Like you mentioned, each day you picked up this incredible energy. And then all the ideas and all the tools, the learning experience was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can't wait for more.
Oh, yes. No, absolutely.
So what else really? You practice yoga and you teach yoga.
I do, yes.
Can you share a little bit about your yoga practice and like what you like to share?
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
others?
So my job with Lead with Love really started as a program director as it pertains to our well-being programs in the workplace. So we work with Pitkin County, the City of Aspen, the St. Regis, and we provide well-being programs for their employees. And so that
Okay.
can look like anything from like a 10-minute meditation to an hour-long yoga class. And we don't typically call it yoga. We do movement, breath, and meditation, and we
Okay.
infuse those three tools together into an experience that really has been so impactful for the students and the participants that we've had throughout different workplaces.
Wasn't one of the examples of that with like the street crew,
Yeah.
like the roads
So,
department or something,
Yep,
guys?
Public Works at Pitkin County, so the Road and Bridges crew and the Fleet crew. They're actually my favorite. So we've been with them for a little over 2 years. And at first they were like, you know what, you will never catch us dead on a yoga mat. We are never going to do yoga and all the things. And so I was like, that's fine. And so we would just sit. I'd find them, they'd be doing their work on the road, and I'd go drive and find them, and we'd just sit down and breathe together, and I'd guide them through some techniques with breath and with meditation, with visualization. And at first I could just tell they were a little uncomfortable, not quite sure what they were doing.
Sure.
And now 2 years down the road, it's like I'll go to their office and all the yoga mats are out. Everybody's taking their shoes off. They're like, where are the essential oils? And they're just so fun and so light, and it's such a gift as a teacher to be able to teach these men these tools, because I can see the impact that it makes, and I
Right.
can see them just calm down and really hit these places of rest and rejuvenation in a very short period of time.
What an incredible transformation to
Yeah.
see that. So that's really the joy for you, right? To see
Yeah.
that change, to see them like light up.
Yes, just light up. And what's cool is they've also told me, the feedback I got is, a lot of what you teach us in these sessions, we do on our own. We do when we wake up. We do when we go home. We are more mindful with our families. We're, more present. We're more relaxed. We're sleeping better. Our backs feel better. They're like, their jobs are so tough on their bodies. And so it's truly incredible to work with them.
Right. So yoga, or meditation and breathing, I like that you kind of
Movement.
it makes it almost less intimidating.
Yes, exactly.
Movement,
Exactly.
breath, meditation. But this is not only physical, this is psychological.
Yes.
This helps create happiness, right?
Yeah.
And opens us up.
Yeah.
So such as, because like when I started yoga, I was like, oh, it's like this physical, of course, Aspen's so physically and athletically
So
oriented,
very physical.
but it changes us in other ways, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's where I think the true nuggets lies. Not
Right.
not necessarily the physical, but this deeper connection and understanding of your mind, body, spirit.
Right, right. So I guess you would suggest yoga as
Yes.
a tip maybe for the new year.
Absolutely.
Something to add to our, I like to say arrows in the quiver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Each day we can pull out our arrows.
Yeah.
They could be arrows for athletics. They could be arrows for health and happiness.
Yeah.
But a regular yoga practice is amazing, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's great. And that can look like so many different things, whether it's, physically on a yoga mat doing stretches or movements, or maybe it's hiking, or maybe it's walking, or just any kind of place you can get into your flow state of syncing your mind, your breath, and your body in a way that allows you to get out of your head and more into this rhythmic rest state where your nervous system can decompress.
Right. I like the idea of flow. Gretchen talks a lot
Yes.
about that, Gretchen Bleiler, where the world disappears.
Yes.
And you're in this rhythm, like you say. It's almost a Zen-like state. And it is definitely a part of happiness.
Yes.
When you're in the flow, like
Yeah.
you're skiing on a powder day. A lot of us can
Yeah.
relate to that. Everything goes away. You become a tunnel of joy.
Yeah.
And it just helps us kind of, take care of ourselves and everyone else around us.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know, I mean, for me, my medicine is yoga, because if I go a week or two without practicing, I can feel that I'm more anxious and I'm more high strung. And then the minute I get on my mat, it's like a therapeutic way of releasing and channeling through some energy that starts in the mind, really.
I wish we had more time, but we'll have to have you back on.
Yes.
Did you have fun on the show?
Oh, the best. This is wonderful.
Well, this might even be better because I baked you organic
Oh my
chocolate
gosh.
chip and cranberry cookies.
Wonderful.
And it's
Chocolate
all
chip
biodegradable
cranberry.
wrapping.
Ooh.
And
Do
there's
you
a
want me to
couple other little
showcase some
goodies there
items?
that are reusables.
Ooh, where
So
did this come
maybe
from?
the next hut
Pixie
trip.
County. Aha. Yes, I should have come
So
here
Picky
3
County
days
Landfill
ago.
is super progressive, and they have these
Awesome.
great reusables.
Nice.
And we like to share that. So
Thank you.
thanks so much
thank
for sharing
you.
your time today.
Of course, absolutely.
And thank you, Luna, for being such a good co-host.
Thank you, Luna.
And above all, thank you guys for joining us this week on The Local Show. Aspen Public House is a modern gastropub located in the historic Wheeler Opera House building in the heart of downtown Aspen, serving breakfast, lunch, après-ski, dinner, and late night 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to late.
Aspen Animal Hospital's partnership with Wellhaven offers our community a very friendly and professional staff featuring 5 veterinarians, a new care companion plan, wellness plans to cover your preventative care needs for the entire year, and now introducing new feline-friendly Thursdays. They also offer exotic pet care and acupuncture. For more information, call 970-925-2611 or visit aspenanimalhospital.com.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
Aspen Times, telling the stories that matter since 1881, is committed to local prep sports, arts, and entertainment coverage. They also offer the drop-in weekly recreational videos highlighting why we love to live in this community. The Aspen Times at local newsstands, aspentimes.com, Facebook, and Instagram.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Hey, did you miss the turn for recycling?
I can't read the map on your cracked screen.
Sundog Athletics is your opportunity to experience one-of-a-kind guided adventures and gain new skills to experience the thrills of snowshoeing, fat biking, canoeing, mountain and road biking. They can be reached at 970-925-1069. Fresh updates at Sundog Athletics on Facebook or sundogathletics.com.
Welcome to